He strutted into the WWF like a movie villain come to life. Toothpick in his mouth, gold around his neck, that Miami swagger in every step. But Razor Ramon wasn't just a character, he was a mask. Behind the act, a man who once killed someone. A man WWE never made champion. Why? Because sometimes art imitates life a little too closely.
Everybody say hello to the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on.
In 1992, Scott Hall walked into Vince McMahon's office and did something most wrestlers wouldn't dare.
And we're in the car on the way to the airport, and Vince is loving the gimmick because he's never seen Scarface.
Right.
And I'm just ripping off Scarface, and Vince is laughing, he's loving it. And he tells me to like speak really slowly.
The only thing in this world that gives orders is balls. You get that? Yes.
He became
Razor Ramon,
a walking tribute to Tony Montana. But for Scott, this wasn't just a gimmick. It was a way to bury the past.
I come from the gun. I had no education.
He had the look, he had the charisma, he had one of the most iconic finishers in wrestling history, the Razor's Edge. He was 4-time Intercontinental Champion, but never once WWE Champion.
Hey, Savage, where's your gold, man? I still got mine, man.
Before the fame, before the gold chains, Scott Hall was a bouncer at a Florida nightclub. And in 1983, a fight broke out.
Of course it was over a girl. He smashed all the windshields out of my car. I walked outside, and the security guard was there, who watches the cars. I said, where is he? He's around the corner talking to the manager, who was my friend. I mean, it's burnt in my brain. Like, I drilled him, he went down, and his shirt went up, and he was reaching for the gun, so I reached for it too. We wrestled around with the gun, I took it, shot him in the head. A guy's dead, and I'm the reason, and this is bad.
The charges were dropped, but the guilt never left. He carried it for life. That night haunted him, and some say it fed his later addiction. But WWE, they knew the risk of making a man like that the face of their company.
Like, he's really involved with the development of this character, which is great for me.
Right.
And now we're on the way to the airport, and he's laughing. He goes, you're going to make a lot of money. And my first thought, having been around a little bit, is, would you put that in writing?
Yeah.
But I said, thanks, Vince. I said, I don't have to have the most. I just want a lot. And he popped. And he goes, you're going to get it. And I'm thinking, things are good. Things are good.
Tony Montana was a fictional killer. Razor Ramon was a real one trying to survive his past. And here's the irony. Both wore gold, both chased power, and both fell from grace.
I did probably the most unhealthy thing I could have done. I should have sought counseling like right then, but I didn't know anything. I was a kid.
WWE pushed the Razor persona to the moon, but they stopped short of the top. Not because he lacked the talent. I mean, The Rock stole his punches, for God's sake. But because truth doesn't always fit into a promo.
Scott's personal demons is the only negative on his checklist.
Yeah.
The only thing that held Scott back was, he was such a prisoner to the drugs and the booze that he had a hard time getting past that element. It wouldn't surprise me under better circumstances that Scott was the world champion. He had the skills, he had the look, he had the aptitude. He just had those little demons nipping at his heels.
Scott Hall lived it all. The rise, the fall, the redemption.